Okay, we're going to try one more time. I relaunched this. Someone let me know if you're getting it. But I'm going to just dive right back in from the top. And I'm talking today very briefly about what Paul says in the 12th chapter of the book of Romans. And you've got Refuel here from the Pierce Chapel United Methodist Church in Midland, Georgia. I'm Howard White. Just a brief devotion here from Paul's letter. There you are. Someone says they can hear me now. Good. In chapter 12, verse 9, the Apostle Paul says this: "Let love be genuine." And then he goes on to say, "Hate what is evil, hold fast to what is good, but let love be genuine." Have you ever met that person that would say all the right things, but whose actions revealed that their words were not genuine? Has that ever been you? I hate to count how many times I know that has been me. Paul is writing to the church in Rome, and he's giving them just a simple few things, a little list of things that they can do that demonstrate that they are in Christ. And that's a phrase that he uses somewhere around 127 times in his letters, in his New Testament writings, that we are to be in Christ, that we are in Christ. And what he essentially means by that is that we are united with Christ. Christ is in us, we are in him. But there's a way to demonstrate that that is true. And that is that we let our love be genuine, that we hate what is evil, and we hold fast to those things that are good. Simple principles, though not always so easily lived out. But when they are lived out, they are a clear demonstration that we are in Christ. But if you think about it, the opposite is also true. That if our love is not genuine, if we do not hate what is evil, if we do not hold fast to that which is good, we cannot be said to be in Christ Jesus. So these are very simple principles that can guide us, according to Paul. You know, John Wesley did something similar. He gave us some very simple principles to follow. In fact, they're called three simple rules, originally called the three general rules. Do no harm, do good, and stay in love with God. He originally said, I think, to attend to all the ordinances, but what he really meant was stay in relationship with God, stay in love with God. And these three came about in an interesting way. Wesley liked to travel around England, visiting different societies that he had started, and Wesleyan Methodist societies. And he went to the town of Newcastle. And he was upset to discover that in that society there was a real lack of discipline among many of the members. And so he did something that we would consider overbearing, and I would never do. But he took opportunity to spiritually examine every member of that society, and he ended up kicking out 64 people. And among the offenses he named in his journal were cursing and swearing, habitual Sabbath breaking. 17 were kicked out for drunkenness. Some for selling liquor, hard liquor, quarreling, brawling, fighting. One beat his wife. Habitual, willful lying, he said. Railing and speaking evil. He even listed idleness and laziness. And 29 people he booted out for lightness and carelessness. You know, there might not be many of us that would pass muster with John Wesley, the way he looked at things. But the problem he saw that he wanted to correct was these people's influence on that society. He feared that if he didn't act, it would negatively impact all the other people. So he took action. And now there's more to the story, because he learned from people that they wanted some clear, simple instructions to follow, to guide them. So within the week, he created these three simple rules for people to follow. You know, do no harm, do good, do no harm, and stay in love with God. And these became really foundational for the people we call Methodist. Paul, the apostle, gave the church in Rome some real simple things to follow. Let love be genuine. Hate what is evil. Hold fast to what is good. You know, friends, we're living in a very complex time. We need simple rules to follow. Wearing a mask, socially distancing ourselves, washing our hands, and disinfecting. In fact, I learned today that those three are called the 3 W's. Wear a mask, watch your distance, wash your hands. Wear, watch, wash. And I would add, if I may, stay away from large group gatherings. You know, this is Labor Day weekend coming up. We want to observe these very carefully. Schools opening up. And because of these practices that people have been putting into place, we're seeing real progress right now with this pandemic. We meet weekly with the Safety and Sanitation Task Force on Tuesday nights, and we saw very encouraging metrics last night as things are moving in the right direction. And as they continue in this direction, we're going to be able to open up for small group meetings initially, and very soon, we hope, for some kind of worship setting. So keep up the good work. You know, you are and you have been showing what Paul calls genuine love for each other with these simple practices. And you can see that it's making a difference. So I want to encourage you today with this little challenge. Keep it simple. And let your love be seen genuinely for each other by keeping these practices in place. We're going to see good results as a result. Hey, God bless you today. Looking forward to seeing you on Sunday. Remember, just keep it simple. God bless. Bye-bye.